I wanted to, in today's meeting, to kind of talk about a couple of things. One is mainly for everyone, especially people who are brand new or, looking into us, whatever it might be, but or even people who are experienced, is we're going to be putting a lot of emphasis in the perfect day and perfect week, because a lot of these things feed into each other. I did record several videos about it, and I really want everyone to watch them. We're organizing the Google Drive folder here this week, so that you can kind of access things a little easier. But there will be there is a channel in Discord for perfect day and perfect week. But here's the thing: is even if you're producing a lot, this kind of stuff, I thought really long and hard about it to make it. I mean, Charlie will even attest. Charlie, our account executive with UWM, will attest that he's been bringing up implementing a perfect day and perfect week for a long time. And I just now am really finalizing it, because I wanted to see kind of what were the best key performance indicators, but also things that you can carry on with other, as you grow in the business. So as you start to do more loans, the same stuff is going to keep working. So it's, sending a couple of videos a day, sending a couple of quotes a week. But this kind of stuff helps you, whether you're doing business purpose financing, whether you're trying to tap into your sphere of influence. Like, this stuff will continue to work for you and grow your business, including spending 10 minutes, or not even 10 minutes, because it's just liking and commenting on 10. I said real estate agent, but I'll include past clients, but their posts on social media. No one is going to see, like, or comment on any of your posts if you don't engage with your followers as well. So got to go and like and comment on people's posts. Got to post something business related, personal. I think a mixture of both is perfect. Builds a brand and reputation for who you are. If you post nothing, you can post the most amazing things. Doesn't mean people are going to see it. But if you post nothing, people will recognize that. One, they're going to forget who you are. Two, when they go to look into you to judge you, they're going to see who you are not. And that is a loan officer. If you have nothing posted, right? They're going to see that you are not a loan officer because you have nothing posted. So that is your resume. And people are, some people will look into you, some won't, doesn't matter. But I've even had past real estate agent or real estate clients that I sold them a house where I posted something about the mortgage company, and they said, wait, you do mortgages now? Because we need to refinance. We are super pissed with our servicing company and our rate's really high. And so I'm like, sweet, let's do it. And it, just goes to show maybe I need to be posting more mortgage stuff related, because I do have a following that doesn't really pay attention to that, I guess. So a lot of this stuff, though, and I've had lots of talks with people who have been very experienced. When we go to Success Track, I've talked with people who have been around for 20, 30 years, and they say, I just don't know what to do. I know if I send a bunch of mailers out to my past clients, I'm going to get a bunch of refinances. But it's just getting the time to do that and sit down. It's like, wait a minute. If you didn't use, like, how are you finding that information? They go, well, I'd have to go to the title company I used all the time and said, hey, can you pull a record of all the loans I closed with you, purchase and refinance? And then I guess I could get a list then and then send them a mailer. Once again, this is why it's very important that we stick with UWM, because I can just go to the Insights tab and I can click download list of all the clients I've ever closed loans with. UWM is also putting a huge emphasis in using their, checking off the list on their IQ. So for those of you who are new, actually, no, I don't have it pulled open, but there's that, here's the best thing to do today, thing that they can give you. And basically it's potential refinance clients. And you're going to be able to go in there and say, okay, hey, this person is a good candidate for a refinance. Or you can go to your perfect week and say, okay, who should I send loan quotes to? I need to do 5 today. Okay, well, rates are this, why don't I look at anyone who's got a rate above 6% and pitch them on, paying discount points, because at least that's a tax write-off, and we're at a good time of the year to do that. And So then I'm going to send those quotes out, whether they pull the trigger or not. At least you're staying in front of them. And so there's a lot of things that this all bleeds into each other, and that's where everyone needs to be putting the focus. You could step outside and do, put together your own flyers to send to people, get business cards and pass them out. I still think that our perfect day and perfect week should be a priority first, because it's proven to work if you do it. Then the rest of the stuff you can go ahead and do. We use UWN primarily. If you get a lead who needs a different lender for some reason, we will look into that. But I will warn you that you have to set a really strong precedent up front with the real estate agents, because I personally, and many of people I've seen, have also lost relationships with good real estate agents just because we tried to say yes to a weird one-off situation. They got into contract on a house. We submitted that deal to the lender. I had ones that closed and I've had some that didn't, but everyone blamed me, even though I said, hey, listen, this is not a straightforward situation and I have not worked with this lender. They say they can do it, but I'm just warning you, okay? I still was the one that was blamed because we went 2 weeks into the process and everyone looked bad because we had to cancel or because it got delayed. So keep in mind that I would stick with UWM and whatever loans they have. They have plenty of products for you to get tons of business. You just have to look at a lot of those products as, hey, how do I advertise this in a way that someone needs it, or that makes them think, yes, this is something I want to do. This is why we're going to also be putting a huge emphasis into everyone creating video content. We have people in our office that I pay for that are going to edit your videos and convert them and create blog posts from your videos. That's going to really help boost everyone's landing page. I've already seen leads come through on our website that we try to divvy up based on the area you live in and their zip code, but from this type of video content. So understand that the more you do this, just the more clients you're going to get. So anyone who comes to me and says, well, I really want to get clients, first thing I'm going to probably say is, how's your perfect day and perfect week going? How many videos have you been sending to Haley and Layla to have them edit and post onto our website? Because if you're not doing that, like, I don't know how else to help you. That's where you need to start. If you're not adding high interest rate homeowners through PropWire onto your LinkedIn and Facebook, which I personally do every day, I also have Haley do it for us as a company every day. I think Haley does it. But then when I'm posting things on social media, these people should be seeing it. So if you're not doing these things, I'm just going to go right back to that. You should be doing that. And then you're going to be, closing more deals. So hopefully this is helpful. For those of you who are managed by Mary, thank you, Mary, for joining. She's busy and she's going to be reminding you constantly to do it. Now, if there's ever something on that list that you don't know how to do, that's why we have the daily group activities. Like we have one today at 11, so that we do this stuff together. Hopefully this is helpful. We are going to be doing a meeting today at 11 that has to do with making that video content. And I'm going to be posting reminders for a brief period of time on Discord, but I think everyone needs to be adding these meetings into their calendar so that they know when and they can prioritize attending them. Because if you do call me and say, hey, I haven't been closing anything, I'm frustrated, why haven't I been closing anything? I'm going to say, why haven't you been going to the meetings? Why haven't you been completing a perfect day or in a perfect week? We have to start there. None of this stuff is mandatory, but that's where I'm going to go if you're not closing anything. And possibly, if we go a whole year of not closing anything, which no one should go that long, but that's probably where we're going to evaluate, hey, we pay for some tools and resources for you. It seems like you're not taking advantage of them in the way that we teach. Maybe there should be somewhere else that'll be a better fit for you if you just disagree with what we think are key performance indicators. So either you're not wanting to actually be in this business, which is fine, or you do, but you don't agree with our key performance indicators, which means you should probably just go somewhere else, right? I don't want you to waste your time. Now, if you're closing a lot of loans and you have your own key performance indicators, fantastic. I'm going to encourage you and coach you to just stick with those things. I still think our perfect day and perfect week will fit into anyone's work habits that they figure out what works best for them. So hopefully this is helpful. If anyone has any questions about anything or they want one-on-one help, Mary and I are both available. If you want Mary to be your manager as well, reach out and you can have access to both of us. And that comes at no extra cost to you. So let me know if anyone needs anything. I am always a phone call away.